Hey everybody, welcome into the Beehive. I'm your host, the Bee at LLC, and this is where we stack precious metals like it's pollen and nectar. How is everybody doing today? We should have Ian joining us here from ARK S.G.O, which stands for Silver Gold Osmium. And Ian is out of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Looks like we got Homestead and Space Miner. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for being here. And hopefully Ian will be joining us soon. Until then, I might take a look at a few shiny objects in the meantime here. Had another release from the Osmium Institute. So while I'm waiting for Ian, let's run this little reel here. Chuck and Plata, welcome in. Good to see you. And Liberty Bleeds Silver, welcome into the Beehive. All right. New product here. Let me make sure this is up on our screen. Yeah, all right, here we go. Oh, sorry. Too many screens up. I got to get myself another screen. What happened? Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. All right, let's watch that one more time without the problems. Oh, I can't do that over here. Sorry. Okay, how do I stop sharing? Nice. How do I shut it off? All right. Well, let's see here. See if I got an email back. Let's hope Ian is not too tied up or forgot that we were going live today. Hopefully you just got caught up a little bit. And so I'm just going to show a little bit more about osmium here while we wait. I got another video that's pretty sweet they just released. Let's see if I can get this up on screen. Oh, there we go. All right.
Wir sind hier auf der InHorgenta 2024 am Stand des Osmium-Instituts und der Oslery GmbH. In jedem dieser Schmuckstücke, was man hier sehen kann, ist kristallines Osmium verbaut. Und das ist das seltenste Edelmetall der Welt. Osmium kann man mittlerweile seit 10 Jahren kristallisieren. Und die ersten 7 Jahre war es rein als Sachwertanlage auf dem Markt. Also es ist jetzt erst ganz neu, dass es sich als Schmuck- und Luxusmaterial wirklich etabliert. Es reflektiert tatsächlich wesentlich stärker als ein Brillant und sieht wahnsinnig schön aus, ist aber vor allem super selten, denn von diesem Produkt gibt es gerade mal 1 Kubikmeter auf der Welt, den man abbauen kann. Und beim Osmium ist es so, dass man das Material einerseits nicht fälschen kann aufgrund der Dichte, aber das Zweite, was das Material vor Fälschung schützt, ist die Zertifizierung, weil jede Oberfläche einzigartiger ist als ein menschlicher Fingerabdruck. Und wir haben international mittlerweile über 1000 Partner, mit denen wir zusammenarbeiten. Und diese Partner befinden sich in mittlerweile sogar 40 Ländern. Also es wird tatsächlich immer globaler, die ganze Sache. Und wir freuen uns auf jeden Fall auf die nächsten Jahre in Horgenta. Wir sind hier auf der InHorgenta 2024 am Stand des Osmium-Instituts. Wir sind hier auf der InHorgenta in München, der internationalen Schmuck- und Edelsteinmesse. Und wir sind hier am Stand des Deutschen Osmium-Instituts und der Oslery GmbH. Man könnte jetzt auf den ersten Blick denken, wenn man hier reinschaut, wir stellen sehr exklusiven Schmuck aus. Das stimmt, das stellen wir auch aus, aber es geht eigentlich bei unserem Stand hier um was anderes. Denn in jedem dieser Schmuckstücke, was man hier sehen kann, ist kristallines Osmium verbaut. Und das ist das seltenste Edelmetall der Welt. Bei uns geht es also vornehmlich um das Metall, was darin verbaut ist. Und wir haben ein paar Beispielstücke aus Brasilien, aus Spanien, UK haben wir hier dabei, Schweiz, Zypern. Und wir stellen diese Hersteller aus. Aber es geht in erster Linie um das Metall. Das sieht man sehr gut in der nächsten Vitrine, wenn man hier weitergeht. Denn hier kann man Osmium einfach als Material generell sehen. Osmium sieht fantastisch aus. Meistens laufen die Leute vorbei und denken, ui, es ist ein Pavé, es ist ein Schmuckteppich aus Diamanten. Aber es ist tatsächlich ein durchgehendes Metall. Man sieht das auch ganz gut, wenn ich das mal raushole. Denn dieses Produkt ist absolut einzigartig in seiner Reflexion. Es reflektiert tatsächlich wesentlich stärker als ein Brillant und sieht wahnsinnig schön aus, ist aber vor allem super selten, denn von diesem Produkt gibt es gerade mal 1 Kubikmeter auf der Welt, den man abbauen kann. Es ist das seltenste nicht radioaktive Element der Welt und das ist natürlich generell schon mal sehr cool. Aber es hat noch ein paar andere sehr coole Eigenschaften und die coolste davon würde ich gerne einmal kurz demonstrieren, denn jedes Stück Osmium ist absolut einzigartig, wie ein menschlicher Fingerabdruck. Ich scanne jetzt hier mal den QR-Code von einem Stück und dann kommen wir in die internationale Osmium-Weltdatenbank. Hier sieht man ein paar Informationen, wie zum Beispiel den Osmium Identification Code. Man sieht, dass es eine Sonderanfertigung ist, man sieht das Gewicht und den Preis und die Abmessung. Vor allem aber sieht man hier vorne den hochauflösenden Oberflächenscan, den wir haben. Und das ist das, was Osmium so einzigartig macht, denn diese kristalline Oberfläche ist absolut unfälschbar und in jedem Stück bereits 10.000 Mal präziser als ein menschlicher Fingerabdruck auf einem reinen Quadratmillimeter. Das bedeutet, man kann jedes einzelne Stück wiedererkennen. Und das wird in der Industrie sehr, sehr gern gesehen. Wer das vor allem sehr gerne sieht und wer auch wirklich ganz vorne mit dabei war, als es darum ging, mit Osmium anzufangen zu arbeiten, ist die Schmuck- und Uhrenindustrie. Vor allem die Uhrenindustrie, denn die Uhrenindustrie hat immer wieder das Problem, Stücke können sehr einfach gefälscht werden, weil sie dann in irgendeiner Form für 30% des Herstellungspreises irgendwann auf dem Bazar auftauchen. Das geht mit Osmium nicht, denn wenn natürlich jedes Stück einzeln ein Unikat ist, ist natürlich auch das Stück, in das es verbaut wird, ein Unikat. Das bedeutet, man kann ein komplettes Schmuckstück oder eine Uhr zertifizieren, indem man Osmium darin verbaut. Und das haben große Marken schon gemacht. Also wir haben hier als Beispiel Ulysse Nardin, wir haben Uhren von Hublot, Chapek hat schon Uhren gemacht. Es gibt jetzt auch die ein oder andere kleinere Uhrenmarke aus der Schweiz, die damit arbeitet. Also gerade die Uhren waren hier the Forerunner, aber es ist jetzt eben auch immer mehr Schmuck darin verbaut. Und ein weiteres Beispiel sieht man hier in unserer vierte Vitrine, ja, ich kann noch zählen. Das sind vor allem kleine Schmuckstücke. Hiermit wollen wir zeigen, viele dieser Uhren und viele der großen Schmuckstücke kosten natürlich 50, 100, 150.000 und mehr. Es geht aber eben auch klein. Und einige kleine Stücke, zum Beispiel die beiden Verlobungsringe, die man hier in der zweiten Reihe sehen kann, die liegen dann bei einem Endkundenpreis von 1.300 € und sind damit ähnlich wie so ein kleiner Brillant-Verlobungsring. Das bedeutet, es gibt auch was für den, in Anführungsstrichen, kleinen Geldbeutel beim Osmium. Es geht also auch schon bei kleineren Stücken los. Und egal wie klein das Stück ist, es ist ganz sicher ein absolutes Unikat, weil genau dieses Stück kann es so in der Oberfläche nicht nochmal geben. Und dann kommen wir auch schon zu unserer letzten Vitrine des Tages. Das hier ist einfach nochmal eine Vitrine, die vor allem für Goldschmiede interessant ist, weil wir hier dran zeigen, diese Formen, die man mit Osmium herstellen kann, sind hyperpräzise und super genau. Wir haben hier Möglichkeiten, die wir mit einem Pavé, einem klassischen Diamantteppich, nicht hätten. Denn diese Form zum Beispiel hat eine ganz weiche Rundung, wenn man hier in dem Collier guckt, oder läuft unten ganz spitz zu. Und das sind einfach Sachen, die man nicht machen kann, wenn man mit Steinen arbeitet, sodass man auch einfach wirklich nochmal neue Gestaltungsmöglichkeiten hat, was hier auch sehr gut ankommt. Gerade bei den Leuten, die ein bisschen jünger und innovativer sind, ist es hier der absolute Highland-Stand. Wir sind durchgehend wirklich super gut besucht und wir freuen uns auf jeden Fall auf die nächsten Jahre in Horgenta.
All right. All right. Well, we're still waiting on Ian, who wants to come up here and join me. We'll have a bit of a live panel. West Texas. I don't think I've had you up here. Space Miner, one of you two gentlemen would like to join me? Let me know in the chat while we're waiting for Ian. I can have one of you guys up in here. Say hello if you're interested. And in the meantime, I guess I'll kind of jump into a couple things that I was going to go over with him. So let me share another screen here with you. So yeah, I know everybody knows this, but so I was just thinking, it was, so Putin said what, 33 trillion it was, and when he said that, it was actually 34, and I think it was last week Ian said, oh, now it's 34 and a quarter, and I was talking about that exponential curve, and I was just looking here before we got on, and it's now 34,351. So, man, that thing is starting to tally fast. That could be, you know, within a month, we went from 34 and a quarter to 34.5. That's getting exponential, seems to be moving fast. And then, oh, I shouldn't have done that way. Hang with me, guys. I'm learning this share screen thing, trying. And I plan on getting me another screen here shortly. All right. Okay, and then I was going to look over here. So we've got more states that are legalizing making gold and silver legal tender. And so these states in green are legal. And I guess, so I was watching on Ron's Basement, probably a lot of you already seen this, but Jim Forsyth was on there on Ron's Basement, and they were in Missouri, and they had a bill pending, but they said that 25 states have some type of legislation in right now working to be made legal tender or remove the precious metals tax, or so 25 states, that's half the states. I think that's fairly impressive. And so I was I think that's good. And then we already have, someone said 6 states that are done and already legal. From what I'm seeing, I think we have 7 at least done, and I think we've added a few more here just of late. So I'm gonna try to scroll down here a little bit. Let's see. Did anybody who wants to come up here and join me? West Texas Space Miner, you wanna hop up here? Say hello. I'm gonna have to get Homestead or Liberty Bleeds or OC up here, I guess. So yeah, so let's see if I can scroll down here a little bit. Yeah, so right here it shows us the states and which ones are legal tender. And so you have Arizona, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, and Missouri. That one's pending right now. Plus there's, yeah, like you said, 25 have something that they're working on. Oklahoma is already there. South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Great state of Wyoming. So yeah, I think that's positive anyway. Homestead. No, I thought you were saying you were going to make a pizza. I'm hungry. All right, so who's going to join me up here while we're waiting for Ian? I'll drop a link in here. West Texas, let's get you up here, Space Miner. Come on up and join us. All right, let's see what else. So yeah, so they were in Missouri and trying to push a bill through, and in Missouri they were going to try to pass a bill that also has making it, legal tender as well, but also stating something about how the electric transferability of gold and silver will be made legal and available. So like some of those projects I'm sure you've heard of, like Load and crypto backed silver gold, that type of thing will become legal, I guess, in Missouri if it gets pushed through. So Gary Huffman, welcome in. Good to see you. I thought Iowa had passed the legal tender bill. All right, let me see. Let me go back here. South Dakota, Oklahoma, Missouri, Louisiana, Kansas, Indiana, Iowa. It's not saying. Not saying. Yeah, I don't know, but I do. Yeah, it could be that. Yeah, let's see. I did write it down here as it's showing. There was another site that was showing that Louisiana had passed as well. So you may be right. Like it also showed that Tennessee, Utah, West Virginia, Louisiana had passed on a different site. So I think it maybe just hadn't been updated there. That might be a little bit old or something. And yeah, and then there's 25 states that are pending legislation. So I don't know. I thought that was positive. And then they were talking. So then they were talking about it being, made legal tender, and will people adopt it, and what will happen? L. Arms, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we are just hanging out here, hoping Ian might still show up, but might be a no-show here today, which is understandable. People get busy. But who wants to hop up here with me and join me? I just dropped a link. Somebody come on up. If Space Miner or West Texas, if either of you are not really feeling like hopping up, somebody else jump on that link and hop up here. Keep me company. If you want. You don't have to. Probably be more entertaining than listening to me come up with stuff, but either way, we will carry on. So yeah, they were talking about if it does pass and it does become legal tender, what's going to happen. Well, I think it just makes it kind of eligible, and there's some states that have already have depositories that are or vaults basically set up. Texas does, and I think Idaho is trying to get that through right now, or something, where they're getting both legal tender and a vault. And but yeah, and Missouri, is doing that, and also setting the precedent for the electronic. So, and if it becomes legal tender in quite a few of these states and takes off, that'll be a way for those people who are starting to wake up to it'll probably be made more public, and it'll be a way for them to for sure start to get out from under that, at least hold their own, so the inflation will stabilize, and then that should be an uptick in use, and people adopting it, and more silver being taken. So yeah, I mean, I see it being positive. It might not happen right away, but it should, people start to wake up to it, which it seems like there's starting to be a bit of a I don't know, waking up a little bit to what's going on. Everybody's starting to hurt a little bit from the inflation. What do we got here in the chat? Nobody's wanting to jump up here and keep me company. Homestead, come on up here. Liberty Bleeds, you still in here? All right, continuing on. All right, let's see what is going on with. Looks like we're picking up a bit from the low. And I got my code in for my piece of osmium, so I'm excited about that. I haven't had time. I just got it today, a little bit ago, so I haven't jumped onto the site and looked at it too closely, but I got some information about it and received the code, and I now have, with that code, the ability to resell it as I wish. David Carlisle, welcome in. Good to see you. So yeah, David Carlisle, I just dropped a link. If anybody wants to jump up in here, I'll drop it again. You're welcome to come up. We got an open panel because Ian has not made it yet, so anybody that wants to come up sure can. All right, here, what else can we go over? Let me read this here. So yeah, I can now, as the possessor of the, okay, so yeah, this is kind of interesting. So you can change the possessor of your own goods at any time. There is, if you want to hand it over to a broker for someone to sell it, you can, but you just basically go to the database again. I haven't been there yet, and you make it, and you click basically that compartment, and so then that you're aware that you've it's no longer in your hands, and it's given to someone to be ready for it to sell. If you're going to sell it, you have to go on to the site and click that you're selling now, or willing to sell, and then once that's done and someone buys it, then you can transfer, and then you lose the code, and they have the new code, and then they own the rights to it, and you are left with your fiat. So that is what I understand of that so far. So I'm excited to get that. I'll do a little bit more research on it, and I'm hoping to sell some here on my auctions. So I'm looking to buy in. The piece I got right now is, again, for my wife and being set into jewelry, but I plan on getting some more pieces, and I want to get one just to go through the process of selling it as well. Now I bought it, now I've got my code, now I see that I can, but now I want to do that with another piece and move it to someone else, and do the whole transfer through from person to person so everybody can see how it's done. So I'm excited to do that. And Nickel, you want to come up here? I just dropped a link a little bit up above. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Nobody wants to hop up here with me. And I think I'm going to probably give it about 5 more minutes. And if nobody pops up, we are going to just call it a wrap for the night. In the meantime, I'm going to share that first exclusive piece that they're selling. Oh, I see how you do that now. Yeah, West Texas Stacker. I yeah, I was thinking about that. You know, it is too bad that it's so expensive, but there's a lot of different ways to look at it. You know, if it was real cheap, you might not be interested in it because, oh, there's just no value there yet. You know, the fact that there's so much value in it already, and you know, it's just starting to get out. um you know, that's again where I see the possibility of some value. And remember, he showed us that, you know, there's pieces ranging from $20, which, yeah, it's a small piece, but you can put that in a, you know, buy two $20 pieces and you've got your wife a set of earrings that are gonna, you know, blow her friends away. And you know, you've only spent $40. So I mean, you know, surely, I mean, it's a, you know, to each their own. But uh you know, if you put $100 into it, you know, you can get $100 piece, and that's a fairly good sized piece. So I mean, that star that I got my wife, if it wasn't double sided, would probably be about half the price I paid. So, you know, $300 isn't too bad. 350, something like that. You know, and it's pretty good size and really pretty and beautiful. And that gets you, you know, a small ticket. Of course, you know, it's all going to depend on how much you want to put into it. But yeah, I thought about that as well. But there's other ways to look at it. I mean, you do want it to be valuable. And what's interesting is that it's already being used. He said in the last one, by European family wealth offices for large transactions. A trusted, sure source that, you know, has its own code built into it. And you know, so yeah, there's some. It's interesting because even those little $20 pieces, if you were just to get a couple $20 earrings of it, those are going to have their own unique code. Whatever type of jewelry, if you set it into, you know, a nice setting, then again, this isn't something that's going to be melted back down. You know, that could be passed on from generation to generation and become you know, who knows? Or, you know, I don't know, but it's just there's possibilities there. All right, I'm gonna continue on here. So L, it's the it's the eighth precious metal to be introduced to the market. It's been around for quite a while. In fact, I'm going to make a video here shortly that my son had in school, and he's like, Dad, come listen to this, and he takes me over, and it's a little clip on osmium. So I'm gonna make a little video on it here coming up. But yeah, it's been known since the 1800s, late 1800. I was kind of first using a light bulb, but in its raw form, when it's mined, it's a platinum byproduct. Oh, we got somebody here, sweet Homestead. Welcome in. Homestead Aquarius, good to see you. Silver and Cigars, welcome in. Good to see you. And can I hear you, Homestead? Are you there? Oh,
yeah, I'm getting all the volume and stuff right, so it's not all messed up. Hang on, just okay, I got it.
cool.
All right.
Sound good. Good to see you. Thanks for coming up here.
Hey, brother. Oh,
yeah. So just talking to Elle there about the osmium, and so it's it's this new precious metal that's being introduced to the market. It's now so in its raw form. That's what I was saying. In its raw form, it's a platinum byproduct, and it's kind of comes in a powder. They call it a sponge, but in that form, it's toxic kind of. So they don't do a lot of work with it and whatnot. Plus, it's expensive. So, but a scientist worked on it for a long time and figured out a way to crystallize it or get it in a crystalline form, and then it becomes the most inert and the most dense precious metal on Earth. And so it's a new product. It's only been out for about 10 years. It just hit North American market, and Ian from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, ARK Precious Metals dealer. He's the first dealer in North America to retail the product. And so, yeah, we're early on to be learning about osmium in this crystalline form. So that's why I'm kind of excited about it. I got a piece of it. I'm going to probably be offering some here coming up in my auctions. And yeah, it's the eighth and last precious metal, they say, to be introduced to the market. It is sold by the gram. It is expensive, but there are pieces that you can get anywhere from $20 up to, well, it gets really, really high. And that's the nice thing about it is 1 gram is $1,400. Now, depending on which way you look at that, that's expensive. However, if you're wealthy family offices and you're looking to do high volume trades in a in a small package, you don't want to hand somebody that much silver, but you can easily hand them a disc of osmium, which has its own built-in code that is, since it's the most dense and the most abrasion resistant, goes back and forth between diamonds, which one is harder. And it's so dense that it can't be replicated. And when it crystallizes, its own code gets built into it. And so each piece is unique. And as the pieces are made, they then enter them into a log in the Osmium Institute. And then once they're logged and have their codes established, they're sold into the marketplace. And originally it was just kind of for investing, but at this point it's kind of becoming luxury jewelry and precious metal in that form too. So yeah, it's a new thing that I'm excited about. Thank you for asking. John Camper, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So yeah, what's going on, Homestead?
Hey, I just got a notification. It'll be silenced this beast. One of these days, I'll learn how to do live streams.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna tell you what. Let me see. Where was it? Was it Silver and Cigars? Was it him that just talking about that? Let me see. Let me scroll through here.
Might as well collect kryptonite instead.
Yes, Silver and Cigars and anyone else considering such a move toward kryptonite as a hedge against inflation or investment, please get with me. I am an authorized distributor of many kinds, and I'd be happy to help you out.
Nice.
What are you doing inviting me up here?
That's exactly why I got you up here. West Texas, that's Ian. That's why I'm excited, because Ian is my guy, and he's the first guy in North America to deal in osmium, to be a retailer of osmium here in America, or the whole North America. So yeah, just contact Ian. His number should be in the description. Let me go see what that is. I'll let you know. Yeah, Ian at ARK Silver in Everard. His number is 307-264-9441. And give him a call right now and say you're supposed to be on air with LLC, but he's probably busy. So, yeah. Give him a call. He'd love to hear from you, and tell him you're looking to pick up some pollen and nectar and see if he hangs up on you. No, tell him you're looking for some gold or silver or platinum or osmium, whatever you're interested in. He's got the best deals on silver and gold. I mean, everywhere has great deals right now on silver and gold, but when prices weren't so great, he was still great. So I'm excited to be working with him.
It's kind of like me and Ian right now are actually partners. He can't be here right now. We're partners, so go ahead and if you want to buy something, send me the money and he will ship it to you. And
Right.
that'd be great for me.
Thank you, OC Stacker. And Check Stacker, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, so I'm on the wrong screen again.
Nickel is pretty smart and shrewd. I'm gonna tell you what, he's probably already got him a small stack of osmium that he's working on. He ain't gonna say it right now.
I know, right? I know he's upset that we're blabbing on about it. So he's trying to scurry around and get what he can before we get going on it.
I was trying to think of what I could do to maybe bring something to the table, and I just remembered I got a new shipment in. Let's see, was it? It's Tuesday? I think this was yesterday that I picked this up. Got a new pickup, from the post office that I could share with people.
Oh, nice. Let's see it.
See something besides my eye. And I'm going to get a little,
like that's a nice handle pick you got.
Bro, I'm so bad about talking. I talk too much. And I'll do something wrong. Now, right now, I got to see if I can change this lovely camera without Xing myself out. I always forget how to do that.
Yeah.
So,
hold it at a funny angle in case you reveal yourself. Don't be in front of the camera when you try.
Can't have no revealing. Oh, okay. Well, there it is. Okay. Let me click on that.
I see some wood grain of some kind.
Okay, so it did work. That worked. Okay. Yeah, a little wood grain. Let me show y'all I see y'all unboxing stuff all the time. And y'all can be here and celebrate with me as for the very first time in my life, I am now in the osmium stacking crowd. Look at the size of that dirty fingernail. That's just nasty. Put my nasty knife in here. That is really cool.
Beautiful.
The very first platinum that I have ever owned in all my years of wanting it.
Really?
And, Little Britannia. I've never owned platinum. This is the very first piece. And I got it from you.
Woohoo! Awesome, man. No, I didn't realize that was your very first piece like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, very first piece. And for most of my life, I've said this before, but for most of my life, platinum was the elite of bullion. Now I guess it's going to be osmium. But you talk to somebody, well, somebody's got some gold, they've got silver, but they ain't got platinum. Nobody ever had platinum through most of my life. I never had it. I had gold and silver, but no platinum. But now I'm in the club.
That's right.
That's awesome. Dang Nickel and Neil been working over me. Working over me pretty hard, working me over pretty hard about getting platinum. And I'm kind of happy to have a little bit. Thinking about saving up for that 1 ounce platinum. That'd be good.
Oh man, I think that for getting in, you got in at a great time. I think you did good there.
Let me see. I got something else from you too, which I'm very proud to have. Let me see it right there.
I know what that is. I recognize that.
Yeah, the
Spokane.
lighting in the studio is not the best. Now look at what we got here. I'm going to do a little game called Operation and see if I can get this beautiful little coin out of here without damaging it and doing it one-handed, right? I like my coins to be naked.
Right.
Oh, look at that pop! Just popped.
Beautiful.
Oh, look at that. Some of y'all might know what it is. And you're right. It is an absolutely beautiful Libertad. Absolutely stunning Libertad that I have now got my slightly greasy pizza fingers on.
No, that's awesome. That's beautiful.
Love me some Libertads. But that is only it's either the second or the third Libertad I've bought. And I'm happy to have it.
Oh boy, that's Libertads always make me happy when I have
them. Want to get one of them big 10 ounces, and I'd love to have some of the old ones, you know.
Yeah.
Even back to where they had the coin press on there. I guess those were onzas. I'm not sure.
These right here.
Yes, you have that. You should just send that to me.
I love these. These are awesome. Got the weights of justice on the back and the actual coin press on the front. How cool is that for a coin press?
I like that coin. I want one of those. Maybe make me one.
Exactly. I know. And that's a kind of a question I have is I'm wondering some of those ancient coins that have such high relief and such good strikes. I just sometimes wonder if they weren't actually put in a press somehow, or it makes me wonder. But I don't know. But yeah, a nice big coin press like that would be sweet, right?
It would be.
You got your onzas, and then I think this is the next step up, right? This is your older version.
Yes, I'd love to have some of those.
T the Silver Stacker calls these gorditas or something like that. So. But
they are
nice.
pretty.
They are, yep, beautiful.
Let me see something else I've got.
And these have edge lettering, which is about the best part, I think.
Yeah, the edge lettering is really, really neat. It's unique. I would really love to see that edge lettering on my very own Centenario.
Oh man, no doubt, right?
Yeah. See what else I got in here. What else I got close at hand? Got the other one.
Pod.
Tell you what, my my LCS is picking up a lot of silver from people. A lot of new stuff showing up. Well, stuff that is now what they call secondary market, right? Because somebody else bought it new first, and now it's looking for a new home.
Yeah. How are they on prices? I have a LCS that I like, but they know their prices on every, like there's no goodies in there for me to turn. They have them all priced. They know their stuff. So
yeah,
there's no wiggle room there for me, but they're good on, like, they didn't know me when I first went there and they gave me a good deal. So on buying from me. So I like them, but yeah, they know what to charge for stuff. Oh, look at that piece. That's pretty.
You could go blind trying to read all that.
Yep.
But I've been wanting an Aztec coin for a long time. And one of them popped up at his place. My LCS, it's a small town, and it's a strange dynamic. Things that you can count on, or I can count on. He hits a lot of auctions and coin meetups and everything, or coin shows. So he gets some good prices on some things. But he's been doing it a long time. He's a very smart man, very, very knowledgeable about coins. Yeah, he's one of the top guys, really. The prices, though, he can't move much regular bullion like some other people can. So his prices are a little bit higher. But I like to support him and help him stay going, And so I do buy a lot of things from him, even though it's a dollar more or possibly two than my main bullion source that I go to.
Yeah.
But and that's on silver. Most of the time, somehow, he has a price on gold that beats everything I can find.
Awesome. Well, those are the little things to look for like that. Where's their sweet spot? And that sounds like you found it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me because he'll be way higher, on silver than most other people. But then on gold, I can't really find a way to beat his price. And I just don't know. It's like, how do you do that?
Yeah, well, he's got the connection for that. I mean, that's probably one of his highlights is that, obviously, I mean, when you see I've seen stuff like that before. And I suppose as a seller, I'm some that way myself. Like, you have your own little niche that you go for. And yeah, it sounds like that must be his.
Yeah. He's got some beautiful things down there. Just beautiful old pre-33 gold, old silver, great looking Morgans. And something he had down there a month or two ago that I've never seen before was a silver dollar from the time when Hawaii was still its own country. And they had silver dollars made for them by the San Francisco Mint, I believe, or San Diego. I'm not sure. But it's got a portrait of the king on there at that time, the Hawaiian king. And it's like, wow. And I asked him how much, and he said, well, it's about 790. I'm like, oh, wow, 790.
Wow.
It was a really, really high dollar because there are so few of those that are around.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. I'd never seen it. But he had one or two of them. But I noticed that, back last year, his offerings in there were more straight bullion and stuff that he had on hand and everything. Not a whole lot of people bringing stuff in, but now, as we go along these months, he's getting more and more silver.
Yeah.
Showing a silver and gold.
Yeah, I've heard that from other dealers too. I've heard there's a few dealers that say no, they're still heavy and they're not getting backed up or backing up or whatever you would say. But I've heard a lot of areas are filling up with silver and stockpile. And So yeah, I mean it's been crunch time here of late. I'm kind of expecting a turnaround here myself, but you never know.
Yeah. Now there's people out there. I've seen 2 videos today, one of Sal's and then one of Silver Surfer, Surf and Silver. I, there's several silver people, and I
Yeah,
get the names confused. But
Stacking Surfer. Yeah, I bet
yeah,
maybe Stacking Surfer.
yeah, they're calling for a very good chance at dropping on silver and gold prices substantially. Um, very good possibility of that, and I'm a stacking surfer. Maybe it, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'm stacking up dry powder and hoping that I'll have a pile of it when the low coincides with my pile. I'm hoping so.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, that's what I'm going to be doing too. You know, I mean, I buy in now because maybe this is as low as it'll get, but I'm you know if you have the availability to get in, it's makes you happy when it's dropping. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I try to buy. I started out with a goal, and it's always been this way for a long time. Always buy at least 1 ounce of silver per week, and I've been doing that very regularly. At least 1 ounce,
yeah,
and so I just add a little bit,
yep,
and then sometimes I'll get more. Um, Now this one right here could count. I guess I had to count that for last week. I still got to go get me a little bit, but I don't buy too much, and I put the rest of it towards um, the platinum or gold. Um, Hopefully at a later lower price. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell Nickel that I'm going to buy gold. He'll be all over me. I feel bad. He worked
no,
so hard.
well, that all sounds good. I
Mm,
I'll be trying to do the same thing, and really, I mean, I'm still happy going in on silver. I mean, for me, I'm still not completely knocked off the horse yet with it. I still, am happy getting in there. However, I am excited about this osmium, and so being I'm not rich, I have to watch the different things I can get. So I gotta move towards a little bit of that. But otherwise, I'd probably be going mostly silver. It's all gold dips a little bit. I have no problem picking up gold, or uh, I just right now I'm going a little heavier towards silver because I think ratio wise it probably has more room to go a little quicker. But if you
yeah, it
it all
does. Silver's got a lot of room to go both ways. It really does.
that's true. Yeah. Yep.
Silver's just it's one of those things where, in my opinion, not an expert opinion,
Yeah.
all of you folks, everybody in here, um, that I'm sure y'all have been watching this for longer than I have, and have bought way more than me. I got them, shallow pockets over here, and I'm not knowledgeable. I'm trying to learn. I'm not a rich man, um, but it it seems to me that silver is one of those things that you really ought to just buy it, hold it, forget you've got it, and have patience. Don't, silver or gold, and have patience, and then if it does make a huge move, then you can capitalize. You know,
Yeah.
um, but stack that gold and silver and whatever else of value. And the most important thing, there is nothing as powerful as that dry powder. Because then you go wherever you want to go with that. You know.
Yep. Yep.
But something's troubled me for a while now. When people talk about, I'll see videos of people talking about silver at its all-time high of like $50 an ounce,
Yeah.
and how it's such a good deal at that because of the Hunt brothers and everything. And to me, it's like we need to just like do away with that all-time high because of this Hunt brothers, because that was the manipulation and contrived event of the history of silver, and not any type of natural movement or pricing. So I'm thinking that there's probably a good other, natural all-time price for silver. And I would wonder what it would be, be $30 an ounce. Did it ever get to be that much on its own without, any type of Hunt brothers manipulation? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, how many countless hours of video have been on this very topic by stackers? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there's a few different ways to look at it like that. For me, I guess I see it as, you know, the manipulation from what I've seen for the last decade, I'm gonna say, and I haven't really been watching it hard for a decade, but maybe close. And just looking back over that time, from and listening to other people, I would say that it has been suppressed down. So in my mind, there's already a little bit of room for spring up, uh, because if you look at the big numbers, overall, like we all know that this is the third year of deficits, and that's kind of eating up some of our surplus. And there's I guess for me on that side, I would say seeing that we have what looks to be a lot more demand in goods and materials, I would say there is a little bit of leaning on the backside of that, of the economy going down, is kind of a hindrance there. But overall, they're doubling what they're putting into solar. That's going to be bigger. Electronics, blah blah blah. That seems to just be heightening quite a bit. And then if you you have an increased demand in in goods and services and like that in that sector, and that's like, you look at those numbers and they're kind of doubling in that area. And if we're already at a deficit, and then you take the world, and right now there's 25 states moving to make gold and silver legalized tender. Now, if people start to wake up that, hey, our paper fiat currency is devaluing at a higher rate, and it's already lost 98%, and now we're doing, the last 2% seems to be happening kind of fast. So if people wake up to that, and silver and gold are made back into legal tender, even if people move into it, like, it'll just be made eligible. Not everybody's going to move into it overnight. So it could be kind of a slow gradual, but you put the demand of the industry plus that much demand worldwide on a worldwide devaluing currency, fiat currency, for the first time worldwide, with all these other markets being able to come into silver. I just see that as a lot of room to move up. Now, do I believe that they can move it down further before it makes this jump up? Because I kind of see a jump up almost inevitable in my eyes. I just don't think that it can't jump up, because everything else has went up quite a bit. And you're telling me that, this one thing that's going to save us and is not up as much as, uh, eggs or whatnot, I mean, what is that all? That's all like quadrupled in price or something,
Yeah.
So uh we've seen the manipulation that's been proven, and so now, I'm just trying to be a little bit modern in what I'm saying, but I guess I would say with those things being what they are, I do see the availability for it to jump up easily over the last what at least was $50 easy in today's $50 terms. Now that's inflated down quite a bit from what $50 was when it was last there. So it depends on how much of this stuff you take into account. But for me, I still see silver as a lot of big upside. I realize there's quite a bit of silver out there, but there's just so little interest in it now that I think, just to revert to means, like Rick Rule says, would be like a 4x from where we are now. And so I don't know, I see the possibility of people moving into it. And like I say, it could be more of more countries moving, if you got India moving into it, and China moving into it, and Australia moving into it, and America moving into it, then that's gonna be an uptake in use. And then if we're already eating it in the industry, and that's only going to increase, where's the extra coming from? I mean, you're talking not only inflation not affecting the price by going up, but you're also saying that all of that demand, already we've had 3 years of deficit, already we've eaten up our stockpiles, but now with the doubling of industry and monetary, monetary hasn't gotten there yet, but I see a possibility of that happen quite easily. And so for me, I don't get so scared off by these calls of triple digit silver and whatnot. I don't think that's outlandish in my eyes. Now, I understand that I'm probably hated by a lot of people for saying that, because that's been touted for so long and just not happened. So I understand somewhat of the don't hype silver because you're just hurting people. I understand that, but if you look at the big fundamentals, I mean, and you look at what happened with the hunt, and that was just a little corner market with not very many people knowing at all about what was going on. So I don't know. I'm a little bit of a pumper on silver in that I see a lot of area for it to move up now, but I fully admit that it can drop down to 18 within the next few days and not even break a sweat, so but I said probably 5 years ago on someone's channel, they said that $18, it was about 18, and they said it's going to break down below 18, and I said you will not see physical below 18 again. So I made that statement quite a while ago, and I don't know if I'll be proven wrong on that or not, but I know I was right, so far. But yeah, we'll see.
I think you're right on all that stuff. If it's what we all say, if all of a sudden the paper market disappeared, or somehow they took care of that little situation, as far as the manipulation goes, then
Yeah.
silver would go nuts, and gold would too.
Well, and I was going to ask Ian about this tonight. If he got on, I'll probably, kick it down for our next one. But does he see any west to east arbitrage? Like, we know it's there on the market right now. And get this. So China owns the COMEX. And China has created the new Shanghai Exchange, which is for more physical delivery instead of paper, basically manipulation. So I did not realize that, but if they own the COMEX, and the COMEX is selling at a discounted rate at a couple dollars for silver and whatever it is for $100 for, I don't know the exact, but it's a fairly good arbitrage. And so is that I mean, what's going on right there? So yeah, I mean, China now has that Shanghai exchange, which is getting quite a bit of delivery, and that's more what it's for. And I don't know. It seems like Russia and China have been just, if you look at their accumulation, I mean, they're accumulating hard and not selling. And here's the sad thing about it is if like if we weren't hurting ourselves from inside, this, I don't think it would be something to be so nerve-wracked about. But I mean, it's like we're pulling every lever we can to make this accelerate,
It's almost as if it's on purpose.
Exactly. I mean, that's, you got, it's hard to, how you handle that on YouTube, I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's one of those things where I see it as, they're not fighting tooth and nail to make this thing go the other way. Now, you could kick the chair out from under it, like I was, it is two sides of the same coin. But they're doing things like kicking it off the petrol standard, which was that's our mainstay, right? That's when we went off of gold, we had to have petrol. And now that we're going off petrol and going green and doing, like, you're just kicking every leg out from under that you can, aren't you?
Pretty much. I mean, it's the petrodollar status that is really, at the core of all the problems that we have on this earth for years, and all of it, and specifically now, as so many people are tired of us having that status.
Yeah.
I saw a bit about hydrogen and how we've discovered enough hydrogen here in America to cover our needs for like the next 300 years or something like that. It may be that it's a hydrogen economy, coming up in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that too. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
With that, if they have a huge reserve of hydrogen, and say in the next, 10 years, gas engines, gas and diesel are phased out in favor of hydrogen, and they've got the bugs worked out of that. Even if they have a big reserve, hydrogen is going to go up huge in price, and the catalyst needed to produce hydrogen, which are silver and platinum.
Platinum, yeah.
They will do well.
Thing in your screen is the key.
Yeah. I took her out of the protective case. So I do like naked coins, right?
Nice.
But now you'll go back in there, but I do like to get my fingers on them.
Fondle a little bit. I can't blame you.
Yeah. Especially when the camera will focus next to my duct tape. Look at there, duct tape tripod. Britannia. See, my phone has got the same problem I do. I've got that trombone disease. Got to get it close enough to focus. And I asked my LCS about, if he had any platinum. And he doesn't like to mess with platinum. He said it looks like silver, looks too much like silver. It's too easy. His words is too easy to fake. And it's harder to get rid of. Now I have a large bullion dealer, and not too far from me, and he has no problems moving it. But for a local coin shop, when you're talking about, platinum being a, lesser market, it is harder for him to liquidate. But he said it's also harder to test and see. I don't know if any of y'all can tell me that. I did have that question. How do you test platinum? and make sure that it is platinum. Do the machines work on platinum? I probably done scratched up my.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that I can answer that fully, but I can tell you that I know that it doesn't work on a magnet tester like gold and silver do. Gold and silver you can test on a magnet and get, pretty good relativity to know that it's gold and silver. You kind of know how they act. You can get used to how it acts around your magnet. But platinum doesn't have any magnetism to it, so you can't do it that way. Or I mean, if it sticks to a magnet, then yeah, that's a fake piece. I mean, you can still do that, but
let me get out my magnet and we'll test your theory, sir.
Exactly. Yeah, if that
I don't
jumps up
believe
in your magnet, I'm in trouble.
if it sticks to a magnet, you're not in trouble. I am.
Well, no, it'd be me that'd be in trouble.
Oh, wait, I got it from you.
That's right.
So, yes, you are in trouble. If this thing sticks to a magnet, so let's find out. Let's find out if my knife sticks to a magnet too.
I was gonna say, yeah. Who was it the other day that was showing? They did that, and they were showing. I think it was Silver Seeker, and he had a big magnet, and he was like, "See, the coin doesn't grab," and then he's like, "But this knife will," and he held the magnet over the knife, and the knife jumped up onto the magnet. And I'm like, I'm glad that didn't. That you might want to be careful what you test your magnet with a sharp knife blade.
It just jumped, and the blade came close to my ladies over here. That's a Morgan silver dollar ring, a special one.
Awesome.
That I picked up from.
Is that JT?
JT, oh, yeah.
I get.
You notice.
Go ahead.
Notice now, it's a little bit. It's got that little bit of a wonky there.
Yeah.
Right there, a little bit bigger. That is one of his earlier rings, and it got off center. This Morgan dollar was sent to him. Oh, I forget the name of the YouTuber that sent it to him, was how to make it, and so it got off center. And this ring actually, was my size, and it was so unique and everything. I feel honored to have that. He sent me this. He was making one out of a quarter for me, but then he had this, right? I had won a quarter silver ring, but he had this one and it fit me. So he upgraded my win, and I was so happy. Because it's like, it's part of his growth process.
Yeah.
And it's got a unique story.
That's for sure. That's awesome.
1879 inch there. Okay, let's see. Let me see. This is what we've got for a magnet. Right?
Nice.
Let's see.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, look.
So, yeah,
magnet moves it. How about that?
That nice coin ring from JT's Coin Rings. I'm going to have him on this Sunday for an interview.
That's going to be a good interview.
Yeah, you guys come back
he's
Sunday
a good guy.
JT Coin Ring. Yep.
Let's see.
No, you got a good piece there. That's what she's supposed to do. Not even
no
flinch.
moving.
Not a flinch.
No moving.
That's the sign you want from that piece right there.
Let's see if this is real silver.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to do this in the camera.
Here. You should get a little better. You should get, when you get real close, if you move it when you're close, it should move a little bit.
It ain't moving.
It ain't moving. You might have it might just be kind of grabbing on that counter there, but I think it should, if you let's see, what do you do? If you have a little small one that's loose, you can set it on the coin at an angle and it should slowly go down the side. See,
I'm fixing to have problems here. problems. Oh, let's use JT's coin rings to put it right here. Entertainment you don't see on anyone else's channel, right? Just right here at Long Live Coins. Let's see if we can make it move. There we go. All right.
Yep.
Long Live Coins has been exonerated. He is selling the finest of silver and platinum that there is to be found.
That's right.
That's right. Oh,
Cool, guys. Well, I suppose looks like we're over our hour already, so I guess Ian, I hope he's okay. Hopefully he's just busy taking care of customers. But yeah. Well, hey, Silverboy Blues, welcome in. Good to see you. We're just about ready to wind it down here. L, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna have JT Coin Rings Sunday for an interview. I'm excited about that. I just happen to have a Homestead here. Just picked up a coin ring from JT Coin Rings right there on the camera.
that's right.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be having the maker of that on here this weekend to interview him. So come back and check that out. And then Saturday night we'll have another spin and bin. So that'll be up next. And yeah, and we'll be back with Ian in a couple weeks. And we'll have Aaron Burke on sometime next month. So, and then let's see, our next auction, which will be next Wednesday, will be with Clear Lake Drive. So, yeah, that'll be fun as well.
That'll be fun. And I want to appreciate, say thank you for running such a professional auction and the way you ship things. The way that's done is really awesome, as I don't buy a whole lot of things and have them shipped here, and it's been a relief to me how you handle that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for saying that. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, for everybody here that's subscribed to me or here in the chat, I have, thank you guys so much. You're a great help, and it's great to have channel members like you all. It's interesting. I didn't expect for all my channel members to be friends, but I guess that's the way it goes. So I consider you guys good friends, so I appreciate you all. I got a lot of good characters out there in this community, and I really appreciate it. Everyone has helped me out. So yeah, thank you, Homestead.
Hey, you're welcome, brother. Hey, thanks for having me up, and I'll jump down and let you close out. Y'all be good.
All right, thank you. We'll catch you again next time. And West Texas, next time I'm gonna have to drag you up here somehow. I'm gonna get you up here. And Silverboy Blues, we're gonna do the same with you. I'm gonna have to get you up here next time. So, all right, we're gonna close it down for tonight. Thanks so much for stopping in, and we will catch you on the next one.